Hello and welcome to another class of Parli Debate classes. Today we're going to be going over a big review of mostly everything that we need to know for the framework of parliamentary debate. That means we're going to first, of course, start off with review questions, and second, review the different types of topics, values, and plans. Here are some review questions. Number 1, how many POIs should you try to make? You, as an individual speaker, should try to make at least 2 POIs. Number 2, what can you use as an introduction? For introductions, you can use a personal example, a fictional character, an example from a book, a surprising statistic or fact, or a fictional or imaginary character as an example. Number 3, what does a policy topic need? A policy topic needs a plan. Here's a big review of the different types of topics. In a policy topic, you can tell that it's a policy topic because it has the word should in it. And for policy topics, you need a plan because you are enacting a policy and enacting a plan or a course of action. For value topics, you know that it is a value topic because it has the word good than harm or harm than good in it. For value topics, you need a value, or what is valued in the debate and what the judge, opponents, and people should base the debate on. Number 3 is fact topics. You know that a topic is a fact topic if it has the words is, was, will be, or has been in the topic phrasing. This is extremely important because these show that you're trying to prove a fact. For example, the sky is blue. For fact topics, you also need a value, but that value is usually preponderance of evidence because you need evidence in order to prove a fact. So let's review plans. A plan is what action you will take in the course of action that will take to prove the topic. So for example, if the topic was social media should be reformed, what would the plan be? Reform means to fix. So what are you fixing? What is the problem on social media right now?
It's not reliable and stuff.
Not reliable? I think it's pretty reliable.
Bad comments and stuff.
Bad comments.
Oh, you can make
bullying.
like you can maybe report people, unless you can already do that.
You can already do that.
Oh.
So, but that's still a problem. So what else would you do to fix this?
You can use like AI to scan or something. To
Yeah.
see if it's harmful.
Yeah. That's a good plan. So to reform means to fix the problem. So if the problem is that there's hate comments, that there's people posting harmful things, and you already can report people, then obviously what you would need is what is called more surveillance. Maybe create and implement an AI on Instagram that has these keywords that are scanning, and if they see these keywords in anything, the post is automatically removed or automatically the account is banned or suspended. So these are some ways to reform social media. Values are what is considered valued and important in the debate. Some examples of values are quality of life, number of people affected, magnitude, likelihood, preponderance of evidence, and more. So can someone give me an example for a value example for the topic, eating meat does more harm than good?
Quality of life.
Quality of life. For what? How would it be quality of life?
How many people get affected by it? Like how it kills animals and
stuff. How it kills animals? Sure. So what are some other examples of a value that you can use?
Like number of people affected.
Why?
There's a lot of vegans and vegetarians.
Yeah, a lot of vegans. So yeah, you could use number of people affected, how many people don't eat meat. Another example of a value that you can do is morality. Do we know what morality means?
No.
Morals are basically what is right and what is wrong. We may think that it's okay to eat meat, but some religious people might not want to eat meat because they think that eating meat is wrong. Yeah, like vegan or some Christian people don't eat meat. They may think that eating meat is wrong. They may think that killing these poor animals would be harmful. And so that's why we can use the value of morality. Finally, let's talk about weighing mechanisms. As a basic review of weighing mechanisms,
Weighing mechanisms is basically how you decide to weigh the debate or what you think is most important in the debate. As a first speaker, you introduced the weighing mechanisms, and as a third speaker, you are supposed to weigh based on these weighing mechanisms. Some examples are magnitude, likelihood, quality of life, number of people affected, and more. So a lot of our students has been asking me, in what order should you say all of these things? I mean, there's a lot of plans, of values, of introductions and roadmaps. So the specific order that I recommend my students to say in a debate is firstly introduction, because that is your hook, that's your thesis, that's your attention getter, that's gonna get the judge interested. Next, you go over a roadmap. For roadmap, we talked about how this is basically a list and check off of things that you have to get through in your speech. So a roadmap example is, first, I will go over my definitions, plan, weighing mechanism, and then I will move on to my AREIs, and finally, I will weigh the debate. You're basically telling the judge what you're going to do in your speech. Next, you go over definitions, because you need to define all the key terms before you move on to anything else. This way, if there are opponents, judges, or audience who don't know what the topic is talking about, you have this all cleared up before moving on to anything else. Then you move on to your plan or your course of action, and finally introduce a weighing mechanism. From then on, you can move on to your AREIs. Thank you so much for watching, and in next class, we're going to be going over a debate that is on the topic, the rise of artificial intelligence should be paused. So stay tuned for the next class.